Hello, my name is Gary, and today I'd like to show you how to install your above ground overlap liner. For demonstration purposes, I am just using a small sample of a wall and a liner. As far as before we get started, you do want to know the exact diameter of your pool. Doing that would be basically measuring inside wall to inside wall. If it's an oval pool, you'd basically do is measure the length and the width. As well as important too is the wall height of your pool. Average wall heights are generally 48 inches, 52 inches, and 54 inches. As far as installing the liner, basically you do want to choose a warm day. Doesn't necessarily have to be sunny, but at least temperatures of somewhere around 70 to 85 degrees. This will allow any wrinkles in the liner to kind of relax from being shipped in the box. Also will help basically stretching of the liner so that you don't have any wrinkles and you can be a little bit tighter on getting the liner installed. If it's too cold out, then the liner won't stretch properly and you might rip it. If it's too warm, you could overstretch it and then you'll have wrinkles possibly as far as getting the installation done and looking nice. You probably want at least one or two other people helping you in doing this process. Okay, let's get started. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to take and remove the top caps off of the top of the pool. Basically some of these may be two pieces, one piece. You have screws that generally hold it on the back side of the post, and then whether it just either comes off as one piece or if it's two pieces, there may be another screw on the top here that you would basically take out and then pull it apart. It would be in two pieces. Our second one. And then as far as taking our top ledges off, basically you would just start by unscrewing your screws out of your top ledges. This is so that you can get to the underneath part of the pool and basically remove the old existing liner that's in there. As far as doing this, you're just going to go around to each plate here, top plate, and take out all of your screws. And you've removed all your screws. Basically you want to keep a hold of those, either put them in your pocket, have a friend or somebody hold on to them for you so you'll have them, won't lose them for your installation when you're ready to put them back on. So we've got all of our top plates off. We've got all of our top brackets here now. Our top brackets are basically what stabilize the pool wall to the upright on the outside of your pool, keeping your wall stabilized. You'll also remove these also. There's going to be usually at least two, maybe three screws on each side of these in the back side. Generally when you're taking these screws out, again, most of these are all the same size screws, all fits all. So it's not something you really have to kind of keep separated. These are just going to basically just kind of then lift off once you've gotten all your screws out. So we're just going to remove those all off of your pool upright. We've removed our side ones just for demonstration purposes. So it does look like it's going a little bit more easier and quicker than what normally would be, but it would be the same thing. So we've got our top plates off. Now basically our wall is free from our uprights. This is where we're going to get into taking off our old existing liner. As far as the differences between the top portion of your pool, you may have a round style coping, and then underneath the round style coping you have what's called a stabilizer bar, which the liner actually then goes over the top of before you would put the coping on, holding the liner in place. So we've got our coping, round coping, our liner, and you're just basically going to remove all of your liner all the way around. Once you get your liner down off the wall and pull back to the center, you might want to cut it up in smaller pieces just to make it more manageable to handle. Okay, some of you may have basically two styles of pool. You may have the round stabilizer bar, or you may have the square style top lip on top rail. The way that the top rail square stuff would come off basically then would be that you would just pull it up off the top of the wall. And then what you have there is a flat piece of coping, which is pinching your liner in place on top of the wall. So in removing the liner in this way, it would be just as we've shown you. Okay, we've removed our old liner. So basically we're going to go over through a few liner accessories. Basically we have our wall foam. Putting on wall foam, basically you use some kind of spray adhesive. We sell the Glidden Blue. Basically you're just going to put a light tacking on the wall and then apply the wall foam. Basically the wall foam is going to hide some minor imperfections between the wall and the liner itself, hiding maybe a couple of rust spots or maybe some pitting oxidization on the wall itself. Then we have the floor pad. The floor pad that we're using today is basically the cut and tape together style. We also carry a one size piece that you would order for your size pool, 24 round, then you order the 24 round, it's already pre-cut for you. The next thing would be the cove molding. The style of cove molding we used today was the clip-in style. Has a little tag on the back and just basically slides into the bottom rail. And then we also do carry the peel and strip style that you can also purchase. Okay, we've got all of our liner accessories installed, so we're ready to install our overlap liner. Basically, you're just going to start by bringing the liner up and over the wall. You're going to give yourself a little bit of time here, getting it all the way around. You want to work yourself on this. Again, two people helping you. You want to kind of go back and forth, maybe across from each other, and that way you kind of keep the liner a little bit in square or in round, if you want to call it, when you're installing it. You might need a little bit of help here as far as keeping the liner kind of pinched in place here. You can do that by using maybe some spring clips or some clothesline pins to help hold it in place while you're going around and getting the liner up and over the top rail of the pool. At the same time, when you're doing this, you may need to go back and adjust a spot here or there, just so that you get the liner in place and you're pulling all the wrinkles out of the floor. Is one of the items that you want to kind of pay attention to too as you're doing this. So we've got the liner up and over the wall. As far as the overlap on the outside, as long as you've got a nice even pattern going around the top rail, again pulling up a little bit slightly to maybe give yourself a little bit more chance of not having wrinkles as you're going along. And again too, when you're filling the pool, a lot of those wrinkles will take care of themselves as the pool is filling. At that time too, you might also want to use maybe a shop vac, which would help pull out the air from behind the liner. The next item that you would do now that you've got this on would be then your coping. We've got our round coping strip, and basically that's what's going to pinch our liner in place. And then once we've got this all basically installed all the way around, if you need to go back and adjust a spot here and there, you can still go back and adjust a spot. Okay, we've got that on. Next thing would be our top cap, or top plate. And again, don't forget where you laid those screws. Hopefully someone was holding on to them for you. So you've got your top plate that goes back over the top of the stabilizer bar. Basically, those are going to be all screwed back in place as you're going around. And again, this might be where you have a little bit of help, maybe a couple of people that can help you get these on and get things rolling. Okay, then once you've got all your top plates on, then you can put your top ledges back. Okay, and then once you've got those all put back into place, then your next thing would be to do is put your top caps back on. And then you can do all this while the pool is filling. And before you cut any holes, you want to make sure that you have at least a foot to maybe a foot and a half of water in the pool. That way, that'll allow the liner to stretch properly before you cut any holes. Cutting your skimmer in and your return line in would be your last thing you'd want to do. Once you're there, you're all set. Finish filling. Once you've installed all your top caps, you've now successfully installed your new above ground overlap liner. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. I hope this video has helped you today. My name is Gary. Thank you for watching.
Video Shopping Network, an Amazon affiliate. To see this product on Amazon, click the link in the video description below. You'll be able to see current pricing, product reviews, and any special deals. Desktop users should see the Amazon quick link below the video. Mobile users will need to click the little down arrow below the video first.